Yo, what's good, everyone? Just finished topping YCS Brazil. Viva la Brazil! I love this country. Go Flamengo. Got myself a nice little switch. What's up? And you know what? This is the first of many. I did end up losing the top 8 to my good friend Jesse Cotton over here. We both played the two best decks, and I really thought one of us was gonna win. We both knew at the beginning. Sad Jesse couldn't win it all for us, but we're both gonna redo our top 8. And shout out cameraman Yassine.
Let's go! Let's go!
And shout out to the 100,000 tops behind me, to all my homies. With that being said, guys, I'm gonna show you guys my deck profile, what I played. I did not play pendulums. I basically played pendulums without scales. But if you want me to play pendulums, go buy a playmat on trifgaming.com. I actually don't, guys, someone stole my playmat. I literally don't have my Top Cup playmat anymore. But I didn't want it anyways, to have this one. And get your best sleeves on tsx1.com. All right, now let's get started. What I played today was Danger, Brave, Tearlaments, Spright, the best engines in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Combined. So the idea of this deck is that when you play Tearlaments, okay, think of the cards that you want to discard or send to the graveyard via all your mills. It might be a Tearlament, or it might be whatever what you want to send a Zephyros, or why not send the literal best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Enchantress getting sent, or Right of Meteor being activated, is hands down the #1 power card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. It gives you a +3, and it's just absurdly broken. This is why we also only play one Merly. The one Merly is specific as to why you play one. It's because you don't play Rhino Heart. Kid Kalos will always take the Merly out of your deck. Always. And put it in the grave. And then special it to mill 8. You don't need more Merlies in the deck after that. After that, you just want these 6. So when you're milling like 15 times, you're guaranteed to hit these. And going second, these are the only extenders, and going first is already an FTK, so you're just really concerned about going second. Which, by the way, against Pure Spright, I was 12-0 in games. I'm not joking. Losing most of the rolls. It's impossible for this deck to lose to Spright. Like, that deck is actually ass when you build it correctly to do it. When you're playing Pure Spright, there's not much of an advantage you can get because you're both basically playing the same deck. You'll have to rely on skill so much. But this deck, I don't even need to think. Just play cards and you win. So the last card, that's a crazy grave effect, is Snow. So these are the grave effects that you just always want to mill, and your whole deck easily gets to it via its combo. It's Snow Turbo, by the way, and the end board is broken. I'll show you guys the end board after. 3 swap and 1 Ronin Toad. And then on top of this, a small Spright engine. So we're gonna be playing 1 blue, 1 jet, 1 red. The reason why is all you need is 1 of each. You don't need more. I also only play 1 starter, 1 smashers. You don't need more of any of this. You only play these because it gives you at the very end of your combo access for Gigantic Spright to destroy them. Like Gigantic, all your combo needs, I'll show you guys at the end of the combo. Don't worry, it's absurd. It's like a 10 interruption combo with 1 Gigantic Spright equals 10 interruptions. I'm not even capping. So I'll get to it at the very end. Actually, you know what? Because I heard Darren laugh. I'll show you guys the combo right now, mid-deck profile, just super fast, because I have a very big ego, and they don't understand. So let's say you waste all 5 of your cards to destroy your opponent. Okay, you have 1 card left. All right, Gigantic Spright, whatever. Gigantic Spright, bring out blue, bring out jet, get started, make Spright Elf, special anything, okay? With the 1 Gigantic Spright, you make Masquerena. You pass. Yes, you pass. This is 10 interruptions. This is what you do. You ready for your mind to be blown, guys? On your opponent's turn, when they summon 2 monsters in the field, or 1 if they're playing level 2 Spright deck, activate the effect of Elf, Chain Masquerena. So it's going to trigger bringing out Topologic Bomber Dragon. And this is where it gets crazy. This is where I want every duel. Elf will not be summoning your baby little Spright Blue or Spright Red or your Toad. I don't need a Toad. You're gonna bring out Merly, triggering Merly as Chain Link 2 and 1, so they can't even negate Bomber Dragon with a negate, destroying their field, triggering Merly. Merly will then trigger the special Kid Kalos. Kid Kalos will trigger to add Havness. Kid Kalos will mill 5 for getting destroyed again, giving your Fairy Tail Snow 1,000 fodder. Oh, you want to summon 2 more cards? Special Havness. Oh, what do you know? Havness is destroyed. Your board is gone. Havness effect. Trigger again. Special Garura. It's never ending. And you pop 1,000 billion times. And with Snow Engraved, you have like 20. It's literally 1 card, 10 negates. Told you. Let's go. So that was the idea of the deck, that one gigantic Spright offers all of this. And you mill 1,000 times. All right. Yes, and you still always end on double toad, by the way, because we're not trying to lose the Mystic Mind and stuff like that, or talents. So you end on double toad, Topologic, Snow Engrave, Smashers, a pointer post side that you search for Griffin is unbreakable. It's real, and going second, it just obliterates everything. We still got more engines, don't worry. Now to pair with the Brave stuff as to why it's so powerful. Going second, when the synergy is in Dark and Area, you have no idea why you need to play these. Against Spright, which is the most played deck, you need to Dark their Blue and Jet to gain value. They're gonna think you just want a monster, but in reality, you're gonna kill them. So you need one of these in your deck, or both preferably. And the red is fine. And then also extenders with swaps and Merleys and stuff. Also, one Illegal Knight, one Griffin Rider. The reason why is this is a Curious deck. You make Curious every single game. To have access for the Brave Engine, you save going second, the Brave Engine. You save the Brave Engine as your last card or second last card. This gets you an Illegal Knight, which gets you a token, which gets you Dark, which gets you Blue, which gets you Jet, which gets you Starter, which gets you Smashers, which gets you IP Masquerena, gets you the whole combo. Just because it's a Dark. So going second, this is vital. I can't stress enough how easy it is to break these garbage Spright boards. It is so incredibly easy. And even if you hard draw these, it's fine. You literally affect. If they don't toad negate it, Alpha is destroyed. Use your battle phase against Spright. That's what this deck really strives in. Which is also why we played 6 Dangers. In combination with all these, they're all extenders. You can have no hand that actually bricks. And the power of Swap Frog with the Dangers is truly insane. To be able to bounce back your Nessie or Jack or Sook to keep going. And the Bigfoot is played for the people that play random floodgates, which I'm very glad I played the Bigfoot. And going second is an auto negate by Toad. Because if it's not negated by Toad, and if they miss on a 16% chance, it's going to destroy Toad and send him to the grave where he belongs, where I can then area him back for myself. All right, and lastly for the monsters, my actual favorite engine of the deck, which is gone. Where did it go? It's actually my favorite engine of the deck. It's lost forever because it deserves, there it is, baby. Magician's Souls and Illusion of Chaos. Because you're milling 1,000 times, I actually was debating playing 3 Souls in 1 Illusion. Because you're milling so much, and because you play Enchantress, which is a 10 cards in your deck that searches a spellcaster, and Snow, which is the whole deck, it's the Snow deck. You always have Celine, and Charmers, like always have access to special souls. So when you're milling 15 times, guaranteeing Enchantress every game, I'm curious for Enchantress if I do not have Enchantress. I can't stress enough how much value it is to have that on the field. And then when you casually have a Souls in the graveyard, it's a free Celine mid-combo to draw 2 for nothing. With the field spell, as the Tearlament field spell as well, has even more value. So that's the monsters. Now the spells. 2 of these. I would play 3, but it's really like, I don't know how to explain this. It's already too many Tearlaments. You're milling so many times regardless of what you open. 7 is fine. If anything, I might play 2 more Merleys. Going first, this is better than Merley, but to have Tearlament names might be better than a field spell. But you already have 13 incredible mills, as well as Blue and Jet being great mills, because Alpha back swaps are good mills. So you already have enough good mills that this is fine. Only 2 right, because you mill your whole deck. So you're getting Enchantress right every game. This is not like a question. You're always getting it. I even tried 1 right for a long time, but there are scenarios where like you just want 2. I don't know. It's weird scenarios. Sometimes you need to Snow. I don't know. Sometimes it's fine. Or you don't want your opponent to have a Celine. I don't know. 2 is good. 1 Foolish, 1 Instant Fusion, 1 Starter, 1 Smashers, 1 Draco back. These 2 are vital. It makes it so against the most random strategies, you're fine. The deck destroys combo. The deck destroys everything. Because it has different engines, Just Dweller won't stop it, how it stops Tearlament. Just Stop Normal Summon won't stop Spright because it's so many engines. And you're accessing your Spright engine every game, more so than actual Spright. You're only playing 5 Spright cards. But the entire deck, the strategy, is built of I am summoning Gigantic Spright this turn to special blue, no matter what. or I'm gonna mill it and elf the blue. It's always hitting the board, no matter what. And because you still play multiple elves in the extra deck, it still has the end game of Spright, but with 1,000 ways of attack that your opponent doesn't know what to stop. My opponent would always ash my blue. I would laugh so hard. Like normal swap, what had no effect, Spright blue. Effect? Ash. Oh no, my blue got. Anyways, game. It doesn't matter. And because you play these two, and this is searchable by many cards in the deck, obviously. This is searchable by many cards in the deck, obviously. And lastly, one thing I want to mention is this is also searchable by many cards in the deck. So not only does it have a great matchup versus Spright, but it has a great matchup versus random rogue decks that have random rivalry, warlords, floodgates, mystic mind, all this nonsense. This is searchable by 10 cards. This is searchable by every card in the extra deck. This is searchable by Nessie and Bigfoot. Well, by itself. You set all your spells and your monsters, let this die, kill the floodgate. And this comes out massively. And it's a 41 card deck. And lastly, 3 Dark Ruler. That's the only one I play. You don't need it at all. You really don't. In fact, I'm very glad when I don't see this, because that means I can OTK Spright and have more feeling. And Alexander the Great will be more proud of me for conquering this garbage deck without a board breaker. But I still put it in here anyways, not for Spright, but for the only deck that could beat my deck, Pendulums. And the mirror match. Now the extra deck.
The mirror match. How many mirror matches of your exact deck have you encountered?
Not ironically, what are 2 of my losses? One of my losses, Yassine, what's he playing? Tier limit combo. My other loss, top 8, Jesse, what are you playing? Wait, can I reveal this? I mean, they already
Danger tier, yeah.
Tier limit combo. A tier combo is this is the only real deck right now. Spright I Catch Us Enough is just not good enough. I was mistaken. I thought it was crazy. Maybe it was with Adventure, not pure. Anyways, now onto the extra deck. Okay, so we play 2 elf. You need to play 2 elf. You need to, okay? 1 for turn 1. This for turn 2. When you're playing a deck with Toad, you need 2. I tried to fit 3, but it's not pure. You're not playing pure Spright. You're only playing 5 Sprites in the deck. 2 is fine. And then for the other links that we play is both of these 2. Vital, vital, vital. This is why the matchup is so easy. You have 5 links that they just need to negate or lose. When you go second against Spright, okay, or when you go second against Tier Limit, these are the 2 most played decks. You go Dark, Special, Blue. Dark, Special, Kikalos. Either way, you're good. Enter the battle phase. Use your battle phase a lot.
This is why you tier players, you shuffle back to Kid Carlos, and then you can't do that.
Jesse knows this. Not many people do though. And this comes up as well. Totally awesome. Steal the Running Toad if they have a lot of swaps in there. Take Rhino Heart. Effect of Rhino Heart for yourself. Toad effect when you negate their field spell. Take it. You take the meta's cards and use them for yourself. And because this is accessible by every you get to this every game because you're milling 10 cards with Enchantress. So you get to this every game with Enchantress, you get to this every game because of a Legal Knight, and your whole Swap Frog, every other card's a Dark. These are the MVPs of the deck by a landslide. And because they're both spellcasters, synergizes with the Selene incredibly. So before you actually do any real plays, this is a link deck. This is not a danger tier deck. This is a link deck. Before you go into any elves or anything like that, you go into these first. Use Selene, Special the Souls, Enchantress Soul, or whatever, or Snow, Access Code. They must stop all this. They just wasted 3 cards for nothing and enter battle phase somewhere in between all this. All right, you're done now? Great. Activate the other Charmer now. Activate the Elf, activate the Gigantic Spright. You still end on the Topologic board. After you break the board, you end on the Topologic Merly play after you break the board. Always. And that's that. So these are the last, this as well as Curious. And Curious comes up so often. Because Dark is a spellcaster, you'll take a DD Crow, you'll take a Tier Limit, and you take a Danger. Curious is always getting summoned on your turn. And then on top of that, you could just make your decision of which one of these you want to summon after, or if you just want to summon an Elf. And post side deck, it turns into a Nightmare Griffin when you mill your Floodgates, or your Appointer. Those are the links, 9 links. This is a link deck with the best card. You took the 5 best entries in Yu-Gi-Oh! After Pendulum and Punk, and threw them in one deck. Fusions. I don't play Draco Stapelia. This is not a tier limit deck. This is a link deck. These are used to gain value and to make Topologic Bomber become 10 interruptions by itself. So the value of all this is really all you need. Not a single time did I actually want Draco Stapelia. If I had 20 card extra deck, sure, I would like it. But never in removing anything. What am I going to do? Remove my Axis Code Talker? No. Remove Celine? No. It's a Pendulum card. Never removing any of these cards. No shot. The only answer is the side area. But why on earth would you do that when the only two main decks are both very important to get your siding it in anyways? I side Nightmare Griffin. That's how tight this extra deck is. And now, lastly, the 3 XYZs. Gigantic Spright, just one Toad, and MVP is Dweller. Like, literally just Blind Dweller, I don't care. Blind Dweller. Through Dark Ruler, your board is Swap Frog, Bouncing Griffin Rider back to your hand, Fairy Tale, Snow and Graveyard, Dweller, and multiple negates. Depends on the scenario, obviously. Oh, Havness? You want to Havness me? Dweller. You know, it all depends on the scenario. Like, don't never activate Havness, I'm convinced. If you don't know what your opponent is, if your opponent doesn't know what you're playing, never activate Havness unless it's game 2 or 3 on the opponent's turn. I will Dweller your ass to oblivion. I will Dweller pass and be very confident that you're getting clapped up. Do not do that, because sometimes I would not Dweller, but like if I know what they're playing, I will. And if I have access to it, that's also, you do a lot, you always have access to it with Snow, Sheeran, and you always just make the Mud Dragon for this. And yeah, so that's the deck. It's literally the best deck by a landslide. And the side deck, oh fuck, I'm probably gonna change my side deck. Just kidding, it's perfect. I'm not gonna reveal it because that's what my edge. Ah, fuck it, I'll show it anyways. So the Trif special: 3 Lava Golem, 2 Sphere Mode. This should be. I didn't proxy the tournament. My friend let me borrow it. I had to get it back. This will be moving forward. Will be 6 Sphere Modes. 3 Sphere Mode, 3 Lava Golem. Against combo, you just need to see this. You have to keep in mind, even if you Sphere Mode them, it's not like it stops all the interruptions. If you get rid of all of the Tillerman cards, then Sully is dead. That's your main goal. Alright, then most likely you'll have to deal with Snow and Dweller. Okay? If your deck can't deal with the Snow and Dweller with 5 cards in your hand, you're fucking ass. So
Yeah, so what happens, Steven?
he had Eradicator on top, that doesn't fucking count. He Dwellered me, Snowed, Tillerman, so all this stuff. For one, I didn't open one of these, and for 2, he also Eradicated me. I had what the fuck? Like, I had no answer. Eradicator, I had no answer. Like, yeah, so that's very important. I had Right of Your Messier. Right of Your Messier outs that entire board I just mentioned through Dweller. But guess what? It's in my graveyard now, so it literally just doesn't count. And so yeah, you need to do this, and you need to think of what your deck you're playing against. If it's against Spright, I'll tell you, fuck it, I'll tell you guys the siding pattern too. Remove the Swap Frogs, they're normal summons. It does come up where you can special summon them, but you don't need it. You don't need Toad after. Your board, after you clear the Spright board, is the Masquerader Topologic board. So you take out those 4, you take out Smashers, and you take out either Griffin or Illegal Knight. Take out Griffin, going second. You put it in these 6, and 1 card for Red Reboot. Always put Red Reboot in going first, no matter what deck you're playing. Second, my bad. Going second. You do not want to get hit with Sanctum, Appointer, Eradicator, whatever on God's Green Earth they're going to have. These 6, this is Sphere Mode. But now I'm going to be adding a Sphere Mode on top. But also runs the risk of seeing too many. But they might appointer one of them out of your hand, so that's why it's good. So 3 Appointer, 3 Lava Golem, 3 Sphere, 1 Red Reboot. But for that tournament, it was 2 Sphere Modes. Rest of the side deck.
Let's go!
Yo, later, bro, later. Have a safe flight. And then next, you do want to, it's a long ICS. You don't want to lose to random floodgates. Not only do I have so many answers to this, but Yassine saw, I was basically Elish play around 3.
Oh, that was
against
nasty.
the wall. I'm already 1-1. He had multiple floodgates on board.
Yeah.
Like, I looked like I was fucked. He had multiple floodgates set to, full Elish setup, Solemn Judgment. I don't know how the fuck I won, bro.
I can witness that, man. He literally won through the trinity of rivalry, skill drain, freaking goes and match everything.
No, like to right?
Stop activating right. Just keep the tiers. Where's your field spell?
Dude, I'm not that good. Like it was. So what I ended up doing, you have to do crazy plays. Like I need Draco back badly, and I'm gonna wait until I draw more outs so I can use them all together to overwhelm him.
Yeah, because Eldritch takes 10 years to win.
I literally, before he found a way to conquer my faithful, I activated Right of Air Messier to on my faith. Wait. I activated Right, got Faithful, crashed into his Golden Lord. He thought I was attacking his Golden Land. I'm like, no, attack Golden Lord. Normal summon something random. Effect to search a Draco back. Go ahead, pass. I waited like 2-3 turns. All right, now we play, baby. Cosmic, which is also why I'm playing these, for that specific purpose. Cosmic something, I went little by little, effect Draco back, effect that. Lastly, one card left in hand. Nessie, Bigfoot, pop the last one. Get fucked. Activate the set, I think it was Foolish or something, and play through everything. Like in one go. If I activated it one at a time, he had 2 cards in hand, I believe, as well. He would have set those cards, but they're all continuous traps. He can't continuously set, there's no 6 spell and trap zones. So if you combine your attack, Alexander the Great from the right side, Steven Trifonasi from the left side, and together we conquer, then you'll win. And lastly, 3-pointer. So you play 3-pointer with, and I sided Griffin going first. The reason why is that you mill the pointer. So after you're curious, you Griffin it. So you look at the Dark Ruler, whatever problem, and you're totally fine. And you just remove the Dark Rulers for these. And that's it. And if you're playing against a trap deck, instead of going 0 Boros, you Griffin the red reboot. If you go